Hi everyone and welcome to a new tutorial. This time we're going to have a look into our Woolpedia Magazine number 2 and I want to show you a dress. Our channel members wished this dress and last summer I did this dress for my daughter's doll and this is what we're going to crochet now. This will be a beginner friendly pattern, so don't be afraid. Even if you never crocheted before, this pattern will work for you. Chris created a yarn mini for me and we'll crochet with this one. This is a 4-ply version, 100 meters, and I'm going to crochet with a lantern moon crochet hook 3.5 millimeters. You will also need a button and a tapestry needle for sewing your loose ends later. Let's get started. Let's unravel the mini yarn from the outside and then you're just crocheting the usual way as you're used to. I'm crocheting this dress for the same doll, so therefore I will follow this pattern with the same number of stitches and rows and so on, but actually you can do this dress for any size. We're gonna need a base of 25 half double crochets, but I will show you a more simple way. So let's start with a simple slip knot. For this, create a circle, put the long strand under the circle and pull it through. This will give you a loop. Insert your hook through the loop and tighten, but not too tight. Now let's chain 25 stitches. For this, yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through. This is how to chain stitches. Repeat this until you chain 25 chain stitches. And now you can read here should be long enough to cover the neck area. And I'm going to show you how you should wrap this around your doll. So you just close the chain to a ring and then you should see if this is big enough for the neck or not. And I'm always crocheting a little bit more that you've got some space. Now let's crochet the half double crochets. To start a new row, don't forget to always chain 1 before crocheting backwards. Now, how to crochet half double crochets. For this, yarn over. At the very beginning of each row, stitch through the second stitch from hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop. You've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops on your hook. And this is a half double crochet. And again, yarn over. Now stitch through the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all the 3 loops. And we're going to do this now until the end of the row. So, and now we've got a half double crochet base of 25 stitches, or it's actually the replacement for the base, but it works the same way. So now we're going to crochet row 1 after the base. We are starting with row 1 and the pattern is telling us to crochet half double crochets. So actually we're going to do the same, but now we've got 2 loops for each stitch and I'm going to show you how to crochet these. Don't forget, first chain 1 and then turn your work. Otherwise your work will be smaller, so you will have decreases if you don't chain 1. So don't forget this is really important. And again here, yarn over and at the very beginning of the row stitch through the second stitch from hook. And now make sure that you're stitching through the stitch and that you're going under both loops, under the front and the back loop. Then pull up a loop and pull through all the 3 loops. So one more time, yarn over, go under both loops, the front and the back loop. Pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. And what you can see here is a 3rd loop at the front of your stitches or of your half double crochets. That's actually a special of the half double crochets. So this stitch has a 3rd loop, but we won't crochet through this. Actually, you will need this to create ribbing and crochet, but we're not using this. We're just using the 2 loops on top of the stitches. Continue to crochet half double crochets across the row. And this is how our first row looks like. For the second row, we're going to crochet also all the time half double crochets, but we are going to increase every 3rd stitch. Don't forget to chain 1 and turn your work. So we're crocheting 1 half double crochet, a 2nd half double crochet, and into the 3rd stitch we're going to crochet 1 half double crochet and a 2nd half double crochet through the very same stitch to get an increase. So I'm stitching through the same stitch and crocheting a 2nd half double crochet through this stitch, and this is an increase. And from now on we're going to count again the 1st half double crochet, the 2nd half double crochet, and then again an increase through the 3rd stitch. Continue this way across the row. And this is row number 2. For row 3, we're going to increase into every 4th stitch. Don't forget to chain 1 and turn your work. So let's crochet 1 half double crochet, the 2nd half double crochet, the 3rd half double crochet, and now an increase through the 4th stitch. Crochet 2 half double crochets through the same stitch here. And then again crochet 3 half double crochets and an increase through the 4th stitch. Continue this way across the row. And this is row number 3, and you can see we have already a banana shape, so we want to have a round shape for our dress. And for row number 4, we're going to increase into every 5th stitch. So let's crochet 1 half double crochet, a 2nd half double crochet, a 3rd half double crochet, number 4, and an increase into the 5th stitch. And then again you count from the beginning: 1, 2, 3, 4, and an increase through the 5th stitch. And this is our row number 4. And for row number 5, we're going to increase into every 6th stitch. And this is how our work looks like so far. Now we're going to join this stripe to a circle, fold the stripe, and then we're going to slip stitch. I'm going to enlarge my loop and I'm stitching from behind. This will give you a nicer look. And then you're grabbing the yarn and you're pulling the yarn from the front to the back side. And this is a slip stitch. Let's set some markers for the sleeve section. So it doesn't matter if you've got 1 or 2 stitches less or more, it won't be an issue. And now let's crochet the body part, and I'm going to crochet the first round for the body section. And we're going to crochet also half double crochets for the dress part. And at the beginning I'm stitching through the very first stitch, and then I'm just going to crochet my half double crochet. And from now on I'm going to crochet in spiral rounds, so we don't join, we don't start or end a round, we're just crocheting continuously. So now let's continue with the half double crochets until the next marker. So for the arms, to have more space, I'm going to chain additional 2 stitches, so just chain 2 and continue to crochet at the marker and crochet half double crochets in the round. Just skip the sleeve section and just ignore them. You just continue in the round as if they weren't there. And at the second marker, the same, just chain 2 additional stitches to have more space for the sleeve section, and continue to crochet half double crochets across the round. So let's have a look. That's our first round for the body section, and you can already see the beautiful shape of the dress. So from now on we're going to continue to crochet in spiral rounds, but we're going to increase always once at the left side and once on the right side. So you can move the markers to these sections to the left and the right side, or you can just fold your work in between and see if you reached already the opposite side or not. And also here it doesn't really matter if you're increasing 1 stitch before the marker or 1 stitch after, it won't affect your result. And we're going to continue this way until the dress is long enough. So the first increase is actually very simple. We reached the chain space, and actually there were 2 chain stitches, and we are going to crochet 3 half double crochets through the chain space. So this will be the first increase. So just crochet 3 half double crochets through this hole. And then continue across the round until the next chain space to crochet 1 half double crochet into each stitch. And at the second chain space, also the same here, crochet 3 half double crochets through the chain space. and then continue across the round. So let's have a look one more time. You just lay your work flat and you fold your work, and then we've got an increase on each side in each round. Now I'm at my increasing point, and from now on I will increase like I've showed you before. We're going through the stitch and we're crocheting 2 half double crochets through the same stitch, and then you just crochet 1 half double crochet into each stitch until you reach the opposite side and the opposite increasing point. Continue this way until your dress is long enough. And this is my dress so far. Now let's finish our work. Let's cut the yarn. Now let's crochet a single crochet for this stitch through the stitch. Pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. This will give you a single crochet, and then crochet a slip stitch, and then pull the yarn just through the very last stitch and tighten. And that's great to remove the step, that you don't have a very harsh step and your work looks smoother. Now let's grab the tapestry needle and sew the loose end. So on the top part I would like to sew a button. So for this I'm going to crochet a buttonhole. Let's do that. Stitch through the edge and pull up your loop. And now let's chain some stitches and see if that's big enough for our button. So 3 chain stitches look quite good. Then stitch through your work and slip stitch to secure the buttonhole. And now let's slip stitch one more time and then just sew also this short end. So there you go, that's the buttonhole. And now let's sew the button onto our dress. So in the magazine you can see I used 2 buttons, but one is actually enough for the little doll. I'm going to use my own thread for sewing the button, but I don't need all the 4 threads or strands. I'm just going to separate my work and use only 2 of them to sew the button. So my tapestry needle is quite thin and this fits well. My dress is done, and let's try if this fits and how this looks like. An option is to move the button also on the back side. This will give you an elegant look, so you can put the button on the front side or on the back side of your doll. or of the doll's dress. Yeah, and that's the dress. So it was so much fun to crochet this project. It's very fast, it looks very good, and I'm very happy. I hope this tutorial was helpful. Thanks a lot to our channel members for this wish. And yeah, happy crochet, folks, and until next time, bye bye.